Yo, that's heckin' spooky.
Howdy, I'm Baggy Addy, and welcome to this week's episode of Marinara Monday. What is Marinara Monday, you may ask? It's where I get super stony baloney, think of something to research, and tell you guys about it. And this week's episode is something that I think about quite frequently. A town in which the earth underneath licks at your ankles and tries to devour you whole, and the air invades your lungs with carbon monoxide, which each breath that you draw in. A little ghost town that sits at the intersections of Route 61 and 42 in Pennsylvania. This town is named Centralia, but you may have seen more fictional depictions of this town in, say, the movie Silent Hill. Yes, I am aware that it is a video game adaptation, but we aren't going to get in that right now because fuck you. That's why. Eat my ass. Yeah, Centralia started off as a anthracite coal mining town that peaked in 1890, roughly a quarter century after it was first founded. The town was popping with about 2,800 people living there at its peak. Centralia had 14 general stores, 7 churches, 2 theaters, and 27 saloons. 27 fucking saloons. Why do you need that many saloons, dude? They had one post office. That's 13 more than the general stores. Like 13 more saloons than groceries. You need that much more alcohol, bro? I don't. What you talking about? Anyways, I digress. So now it's another chilly day in May. The town is preparing for Memorial Day celebration. You know, the firefighters decided to burn the garbage and let it burn for a while in the landfill, like they did every year for several years before. But you see, this year was different. This year was different because the landfill was moved to a new site. And it just so happened to sit on top of an old strip mining pit. Okay. The garbage pit was eventually extinguished, but not entirely. The fire was able to make its way underground through an unsealed opening in the landfill slash strip mining pit, and has ever twisting and turning tunnels that burrow deep under the ground, full of anthracite coal. Mind you, this coal is the highest ranking coal. This shit is dank as fuck. It's like 86 to 97% carbon. Learn more about this crazy stuff in the links below if you want to know. The tunnels go right under the town of Centralia. They tried their heckin' best to stop the fires from spreading to under Centralia, but their efforts had unfortunately failed. The town would slowly, in the time span of almost 20 years, be enveloped in carbon monoxide gases coming up from the ground, random sinkholes and cracks forming in the asphalt under your feet. The town had slowly become more, increasingly inhabitable, and almost all residents ended up being bought out of their homes and moving away. By 1992, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania had used eminent domain so they can condemn the remaining buildings and essentially yeet everybody out of their houses. The remaining residents sued for their rights to stay in their homes. This lawsuit took another 21 years, bro. Like, what? Why? But eventually, these 8 individuals prevailed. They're allowed to stay in their homes for as long as they live, and, heck yeah, good for them, man. I kind of contemplated writing about this part, but, I feel like it needed to be talked about because, like, heck yeah, man, stick it to the man, and that's your house, so, but, like, also there was, like, carbon monoxide coming out from the ground and shit, and, literal fire. I don't know. Today, we are left with the very ghost town that is depicted in Silent Hill. The ominous gases coming up from the ground, the cracks in the earth. The few buildings that are left are far and few in between. It's all so familiar because Roger Avery, one of the writers from Silent Hill's movie, took inspiration directly from the tragedy that happened in Centralia. Both are located in the same coal region in the United States, and both towns suffered from an underground coal fire. Smoke and the fog. You kind of seeing it now. Anyways, if you'd like to see more information, please check out my sources in the description below. But for now, I shall bid you adieu.